This is an outrage that this case was brought.
Other than the protagonist himself, who's on trial, there are some critical players who will determine the former president's fate in this case, starting with the man presiding over it. Duane St, the Colombian-born New York Supreme Court judge, who's in his early 60s, has already stood firm against Donald Trump's moves to delay and throw out this case, and expanded a gag order after Trump's personal attacks against St and his family.
He will have a very commanding presence in the courtroom in a very quiet and understated way, but he has no problem being strong if he needs to be.
Sparring before Judge St will be a prosecution team led by Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who will go against Trump's lead defense lawyer Todd Blanche and his team, who get praise from legal analysts for their track record.
Unlike some of Trump's prior representation in some of his other cases that I wouldn't put in the same caliber or the same quality of lawyering, Trump's got excellent lawyers here.
But it's the witnesses who will likely bring the most sizzle. Possibly the most critical one, Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer and fixer. Cohen is central because he made the hush money payments to Daniels and was reimbursed by the Trump organization.
And he had told me that he had spoken to a couple of friends, and it's $130,000. It's not a lot of money, and we should just do it. So go ahead and do it.
Trump denies the charges of falsifying records of the payment. One analyst says the pressure on the prosecution to establish Cohen's credibility will be enormous.
If he fails and he looks like this is an agenda and he's a scorned individual, and we know that he's admitted lying and we know that he's a criminal conviction, that is not going to be favorable in any way, shape, or form to the prosecution.
There's Stormy Daniels, the adult film star whose alleged sexual encounter with Trump was the reason for the hush money payment. Her testimony on the affair, which Donald Trump has denied, will be pivotal in this trial, as will her accounts of the payments. David Pecker, former chairman of the company that publishes the National Enquirer, will be asked about his efforts to bury media stories about the affairs. But a witness who could provide the most dramatic testimony? Hope Hicks, Trump's former communications advisor, who helped the campaign deal with the Stormy Daniels fallout.
Anyone who is in Trump's inner circle and who can provide that context and that perspective, I think, is someone that the jury will be listening very closely and intently to what they have to say.
We should point out that Karen Agnifilo, who provided analysis for our piece, works for a firm that represents Michael Cohen. But Agnifilo does not have any contact with Cohen, does not work on any case relating to him, and we did not have her speak about Cohen for our story.